All right, welcome into the Rundown, the Friday edition here. I want to say it's on Fox Sports Radio, but it's not. Our show now is live on YouTube every day here with on the Carolina Jackpot channel, also on the Rob and Kale Facebook show page. Oh man, I don't know what all we're going to get into today. So what I'm going to lean on with you guys is invite you to join the program. I have it set up here where you can join the show. There you go. Right there. Shout out to Jake and Brock. Appreciate you guys checking in. I don't know what all we're going to get into today. As I said, got a lot of stuff going on out there in the sports world. We've got preseason games that went on last night. Apparently, somebody tweeted out on Twitter, kind of made me laugh. Joe Milton threw like a beautiful touchdown pass last night. And let me read the tweet. Let me read the tweet here because you guys will appreciate that. The tweet is because I retweeted it and I tagged our buddy Carolina Jackpot in it. I'm still, I guess, one of the only people that still calls it tweets, but the Bear Bryant's burner tweeted out, hot take. Joe Milton has all the intangibles to be an elite quarterback. He was just coached. He was just coached by a below average staff at Tennessee. That made me laugh really hard. That's some expert level trolling there. So shout out to the Bears burner on Twitter who has a shit ton of followers and runs his mouth. So there you go. Anyway, so apparently last night the Patriots got a good look at Joe Milton. We'll see how he does. Nothing will be funnier than Joe Milton being leaps and bounds better than Nico. Look, I mean, the throw he threw last night, and I know it's probably against the third stringers. I get that. But hey, why do they put those third stringers out there? To see if there's a spark, by God. You know what I mean? To see if there's something that they can get from these guys to make them go. Remember at one point, Brett Favre was like a third stringer for the Atlanta Falcons. Jerry Glanville was out there making him throw balls out of the stadium just for amusement and practice. So there's that. I don't know. I just, and you may be right, Jake. That may have been that way, and I think that's something that makes Josh Heupel great. Say something great about him: the ability to simplify your system and to get mega athletes, give them the capability to understand it. You got to give him credit for that. That's important. So yeah, I mean, there's that. I don't know. I don't know how good Joe Milton's going to be. I know physically he has all the talent in the world, but sometimes that's not good enough. You know, you got to have it in between your ears. And this guy sometimes has it, and sometimes it looks like he's just lost. You know what I mean? I hate to be that way with it, but that's just kind of the way that it is. So I thought I would bring something like that to the program today. You know, you got your favorite pros that are out there. What was one player that you had that played for your team that didn't cut it in the pros, but damn, you were hoping that they would? With me as a Clemson fan, I wanted Ben Boulware to go in and be the guy that was going to just knock people into next month as a linebacker. He got signed as an unrestricted free agent by the Panthers, and of course, it never really worked out for him. He was too small to play in the NFL. But man, damn, I wanted that though. Brock says Marcus Lattimore. That's a great thing there. Look, Marcus Lattimore, before the horrendous play that basically ended his career, he was going to be an NFL. He was going to be an NFL back. You know, it's just the way that it is. Brock says, how's the Clemson camp been? Yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit about that. So the gist of what I'm hearing from Clemson camp is that they're really high on the young wide receivers that are coming in, which I say is good because, but on the other hand, it's like, they're going to depend on these young wideouts to go play against Georgia. I don't know how that's going to work. They're youngins. youngins. So with that, I've heard that Klubnik's playing well, that he's getting the offense. Lots of good comments about the offensive line with Coach Luke doing his thing there. But on the other hand, I think that once again, it's hard for me to get really, really excited just from what you hear in training camp and all that. I do think there's a section that comes out, especially with Dabo, where he wants to redshirt some guys, and they may not be, in the mix. I can tell you, Brown, the linebacker, I've heard that he's doing some good stuff with the linebacking core. You can also see that if you follow like Clemson does vlogs. If you follow the Clemson vlog, you'll see they had him up front and personal right there with the Lake Day thing that they had out there. If you're shitting the bed, they're not going to have you focused up front. Okay. That's just common sense. I think he's going to play some snaps as a freshman. And we'll figure out what he's going to do. I think he's going to be definitely a game-changing linebacker on that front. Okay, simple as that. So, wait a minute, my screen just went silly there. What happened? Okay, there we go. All right. Anyway, so with that, that's pretty much what I've heard. If you have stuff, other things that are out there too, it's been kind of quiet in the Gamecock camp from my folks anyway. They've got kind of a lockdown on it over there. Yeah, so there's that. Whatever I get, I'll be sure to let you guys know right here on the channel. What's up, Jay? Good to see you on this Friday, sir. Brock, we were talking about this yesterday with the folks about the NFL, the Hall of Fame, right? There are no South Carolina Gamecocks in the Hall of Fame, but Sterling Sharp should be there. I hate to keep bringing that up, but how that guy is not in the Hall of Fame with the numbers that he had. And I used, the Terrell Davis theory. Terrell Davis had a short NFL career and still managed to make the Hall of Fame. Sterling Sharp should be in the Hall of Fame, period. I'm not going to sit here and argue with folks about that. Some people will say his career is too short. I say when he played, he was one of the most dominant players at the wide receiver position. And yeah, there's that. Rec Talk with a comment. This year's game with UGA is big for Dabo. Last time they played, it was an even matchup. If Dabo gets blown out this year, it will show what he's doing has made them much worse in comparison. That's a fair assessment there. If Clemson goes and loses 42-3, yeah, you're absolutely right. And they deserve whatever they get from it. Now, if Clemson goes in and loses like that, I think they're going to lose 19-7, 20-7, something like that. Yeah, there's that. Carolina Jackpot joining the program saying that Sterling Sharp did not play long enough. Well, to each his own, sir. I'm taking up for your Gamecock player here. I appreciate you not being biased, but in my opinion, the man needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Let's pull up his numbers really quick here while I'm looking at it here. Let's see here. As soon as this clears here. Anyway, if you would like to join the program today, have at it. We're going to put you in the mix right here. There you go. There's the link to join the show right there. If you would like to come on and talk about that. If you want to talk about the player that you thought was going to be great and go into the NFL and make like a big, huge spot, sort of like Milton did last night, even though he hasn't made the team yet. Jackpot says I'm only taking up. No, sir. I got too much respect for Sterling Sharp. Sorry. Keep plugging, sir. I tell you what you can do, though. You can cheer on your Jets when they sign Hunter Renfrow this weekend, and they've already got Mike Williams. You're just basically, you got a former Packers quarterback leading that offense. throw into 2 Clemson wide receivers. They might be worth a shit. Jay says, Rob, do you agree that Clemson will be an automatic top 10 program if Dabo resigned? No, I don't think so, because I think you have to have someone come in there that's going to continue what Dabo has built. And I wonder if a lot of those players would leave because some of them like what Dabo Sweeney spun them, to be honest with you. So the idea that they're just going to be a top 10 program, yes. Would they be more consistent if he would stop being so damn stubborn and use the transfer portal? Yes. Yes, he would. But this is a transition year. As he was saying earlier, I think our Rec Talk was talking about that. If they lose to Georgia bad, but what happens? Let's step into the other side of the vacuum. Let's say that Dabo's completely right. And all of a sudden, we step back and this year's team goes 11-1. Their only loss on the schedule is a 20-14 loss to the Georgia Bulldogs. They beat the holy shit out of everybody else, and they're a top 5 seed in the CFP. And he's done it without one transfer player. He's going to look back at everybody and be like, told you. Told you. That's definitely going to be there, dude. I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. But if it does sling that way, yeah. Jackpot says Jeremy Pruitt will be a solid replacement for Dabo. Jackpot wants to be up on the Gamecocks so bad. He wants them to beat Clemson so bad that he wants to send us a brain-dead idiot. Clemson would probably still beat South Carolina with Jeremy Pruitt. Anyway, there's that. Pruitt already has his orange khakis. Very good, sir. So, stepping back, though, one of the other players that I thought was going to be great was Roscoe Crosby. Not so much. Roscoe Crosby, we were told he was going to be great. Yeah, no, that didn't work out for him either. We were also told, who was it? Like Kyle Parker was going to be the best ever? No, not so much. Not so much. When I step back and think about it, those are the big ones there. I thought that Artavis Scott would have a longer career in the NFL, but he hasn't really done anything. Big Barney Ross says, what is Clemson doing all that money they're saving from the portal? Well, there's NIL at Clemson. Don't make it sound like they're not blowing money up there. Maybe they're not spending the money that everybody else is on the transfer portal, but Dabo's record against the Gamecocks, what? Hold on, I gotta look. Honestly don't know. I mean, I'm sure Jackpot knows right off the bat. Let me see here. Hold on, please. I'll give you the full numbers. The Dabo Sweeney, I know he lost like 5 in a row to him at one point. Let's see here. So Dabo started there in what year? Oh, he's been there forever. So let's see here. Dabo Sweeney, football coach. I don't know. Like, he's been the head coach at Clemson. I should know all this stuff off the top of my head. All right, he's been the head coach since 2008 when he was the interim. So since 2008, Clemson has been, let's see, won the 2008 game, lost 5 straight. So 1-5, 2-5, 3-5, 4-5, 5-5, 6-5, 7-5, 8-5, 8-6, 9-6 against South Carolina. Now, a lot of that was in that 5-game streak where South Carolina was really good, really, really good, and should have won a hell of a lot more games as far as being on top in SEC play than they did. The best era in South Carolina football. If you want to come me with the black magic bullshit, I'll listen to that. All right, you're old as dirt if you're coming to me with that, but in reality, that section of years with South Carolina football from 2009 to 2013 was probably the best, some of the best in Gamecock football history. I mean, you had the 11-win seasons. If it wasn't for Steve Spurrier forgetting how to time out, yeah, I mean, it was call a timeout, those kind of things at Tennessee, you would have been right there in the mix. But, you know, yeehaw with all that. All right. So if you want to join the program, we'll be happy to have you. And with that, I will open it up here so people can see it here. You can join the show. Give you the link for that. Yeah, I mean, did people agree with me on that? That's the best years for South Carolina football. And that's the years when you went out there and you weren't, you were thinking you were going to win every damn time you played. There's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, I think that and I'm not making excuses for Dabo Sweeney too, by the way. Make sure that I put that out there as well. He had he did go up against the best era in South Carolina history there. And yeah, I mean he didn't do well. When he had those great teams and Spurrier coaching against him, he did not do well at all. So there's that. All right. Anyway, would love to. Jackpot says the late '80s also. Yeah. Well, Sweeney wasn't coaching there in the '80s, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. All right. Anyway, if there's other stuff you'd like to get into today, I have to talk about Lyles and the Olympics. Like the guy that won the 100-meter sprint, the fastest man on earth, fell short in the 200-meter sprint. It comes out he had to be carried off in a wheelchair, but he had COVID. He's catching hell right now because apparently he competed with COVID, and he hugged the guy that won the 200 meters. He gave the guy a hug, and apparently there are people that are pissed off and they're trying to cancel the fastest man on the earth because apparently he hugged somebody with COVID. What a shit show that turns out to be. So let me make sure I understand something. This guy competed his entire life to be in the Olympic Games. And regardless of where your politics fall, you should understand that's not easy. Okay? That's not easy. This guy competed his dick off to get to the Olympics and made the finals. Made the finals of the 200 meter finals for the Olympics. All right. Finished third. Had to be carried off the place with a damn wheelchair, but he hugged the guy. He hugged the guy, and now people are like pissed off about that. You know what? I hate to be the person that says this, but your fat ass couldn't run 200 meters in fucking 4 minutes, and you're making comments from Twitter. Shut up. Shut the ever-loving hell up. It's ridiculous that these people are making all these comments, and they're trying to take away from what this guy did at the Olympics. It's stupid. Jack might be right. It does come down to jealousy. I also have issues with folks losing their shit with the Olympic basketball team. Yesterday, they needed, Serbia was handing them their ass, literally. And they came back and beat them after being down 14 in the third quarter, which in international play, quarters are only 10 minutes, and the referees suck ass, so those quarters go fast. And the U.S. sent out a 39-year-old and a bunch of 30-year-old guys that were, in the twilight of their career. Steph Curry and those guys went out and handed those Serbs their ass. Yep. And people are losing their shit about it. How did this happen? Just shut up. They won. I don't get it. What the hell? They won. If they lost, okay. You can run your mouth a little bit. That much talent on one team. How does that happen? I can give you this, though. They were playing against Jokic, who is the best player on earth right now, in my opinion. That big of a guy out there playing basketball. And he's got a bunch of guys that can shoot jump shots. And he knows how to get them the ball. And in yesterday's game, they were hitting them. hit 15 threes, 5 threes in each quarter, and fell apart in the fourth. They reminded me of Jackpot. Lack of depth, lack of depth, lack of depth, damn it. I'm tired of hearing about fucking lack of depth. Yeah, that's what they sounded like when it came down to it. They didn't have quite enough to play in the fourth quarter, and the USC ran 9 or 10 deep. I agree with what someone says. I want to give you credit. I think it was Jack said that. Jack said something about Kerr not playing, Halliburton and those guys. Yeah, that could be that too. Someone says those. Let's see, something about Kerr's douche canoe. That's true. We can talk about that if you really want to. Yeah, I've heard about the Olympians. Everybody's banging everybody. Well, look, people that get upset about that, I think that comes back down to jealousy too, because in the end, let's stop and think about that for a second. When you were that young, okay, and back in the olden days, when you were that young, was there a time that you weren't banging? You know what I mean? I know that sounds kind of harsh, but if I am that young and I've got some of the most beautiful women around me, as far as they've got the rock hard bodies, and all of them want to go and do the dirty dance with me, exactly what Hairy Legs said. Who would not be hunting some trim? Yep, I'm with you on that. I think everybody's fucking. Everybody, and you've got people from all over the world. If you want to go, I'd like to have an Asian woman today, and then a Peruvian woman tomorrow, and then you know what? I'll have a Russian chick the next day. You can do that, and guess what? As long as you strap your stuff on and take care of what you're supposed to, in 2 weeks you could tell those bitches, bye, bitches. I don't have to deal with you anymore. I can block those hoes on my phone, and they're not going to be coming to my house. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And people that get upset by that, they're just jealous that they're not there with the vagina buffet, and they're not able to to go and knock that out. So yeah, there's that too. Folks that get upset by that, I got nothing for you. You should just calm down. All right, exactly. You should wrap it up now. If you don't, then that's on you. Take care of your kids. If you put your sauce out there and you're going to end up as an American with a kid that's got a Russian accent, that's on you, sir. That's on you. You do got to, I'm going to highlight Jack's comment because that is a very good one. If my mouse will work. Yeah, there you go, Jack. Wrap it up, sir. Wrap it up. We need a seniors Olympics so you can get some. Todd, what event would you compete in the senior Olympics? I'm not mocking. Some of us, I think, would do really well in certain events. I don't know. I think if our seniors would do great in like shooting, like we should own the shooting as Americans. We got the most guns in the world per capita, right? So people like to shoot here. Why in God's name are we not shooting as much? So yeah, there's that. We should have that. Jackpot says, Jackpot automatically gets highlighted, by the way. Let's bring up Jackpot's comment here. Why is my mouse not working today? Okay. Back in my 20s when I was a big playboy, they often said the women loved me and I loved them back. And the only thing that I turned down was the covers. Can you imagine Jackpot out on the prowl? Hey, baby, come back to my Jack Shack. We're gonna go read Phil Steele's column. We'll talk about the Gamecocks being 9-3, and I'll give you the old pickle tickle. I could see Jackpot doing that. Holy shit, that would be funny. The 10-meter cane race. Very good, Todd. Very good. Hairy Leg says shooting for sure, archery, axe throwing, and fishing. Yeah. No, that would be good. Jackpot, I don't know what Jackpot would compete in. I would probably play, and y'all laugh, I could do the surfing because at one point I was a pretty good surfer. And I would probably play really well in 3-on-3 basketball because I had the jump shot and the powerlifting. we had like some 45 and older powerlifting, I would be right there. I can still lift heavy shit. So there's that. Nature Boy says, can't shoot for shit. We won 2 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze in fencing. Yeah, we got good fencers. We got that. See, there are some people that, and I know this sounds like I'm not trying to be political today, but there are people that are pissed off at the Olympics because of the opening ceremony. And I'm like, you know what? You got to let that out. Just let that go. The Frenchies did that. The Frenchies did all that. Let the French have it. We don't have to worry about them. Our guys went over there, and we are kicking the fuck out of all the other countries as far as the medal count goes. We are rocking it. So our people that have like risked their existence to be world-class athletes, they're out there doing their thing, man. Big Barney Ross says he would win the gold in fencing. No, we would have different events for the seniors, in my opinion. If you're a senior player, you would have different events. Yep, I believe that. So I don't know. Like we would have to have different stuff. If it were like slow bourbon drinking, Big Barney Ross and I would be competing at the Olympic trials in golden tea. Yep, that would happen. Big Barney Ross is going to come down here. We're going to go to Callaways, and I'm gonna smoke him a golden tea. It's going to happen. Speaking of Callaways, join the Callaways Pick'em Challenge. Link is in the description. You can win. Take $20, and we're hoping to have like a $3,000 pot. We may get there. We may get there. Look, $20 could win you $3,000. About you get 70% of $3,000. So the math's like what, $2,300, whatever the number is. Wouldn't you like to tell your wife, hey, I'm going to give you $2,300 at Christmas time, and it only cost me $20. I'm going to sit my ass on the couch anyway and watch football anyway. I'm going to pick all these games, the 10 best games in the country, and the jackpot shitter. I'm going to pick all of those as close as I can to correct against the spread every week. And I'm going to have my name put on robandkaleshow.com where the leaderboard is, and I'm going to be up near the top. And at the end, when I pick the most, I'm going to give you $2,300 to take Christmas shopping. You can go buy whatever the fuck you want for Christmas shopping. Don't care. You don't have to hit my credit card. No. You don't have to do that. Just take the $2,300 that I'm going to give you and go shop with that. It really could change your holiday spirit. The Callaways Pick'em Challenge. Find out more. The link is in the bio. Be sure to do that. Todd says, I'm not giving my ex-wife shit. Yeah, to hell with that. If they're ex-wives, fuck that hoe. That's a Rob and Kale show phrase right there. All ex-wives, fuck that hoe. We should put that on a shirt. Rob has an SEC bias. What do you have for the show today? Do you have an ex-wife?
Thank God I don't. But
if you have an ex-wife, fuck that hoe.
Fuck that hoe, man. If I did, man, I mean, you might be seeing me in the dark a whole lot more often. Let's just put it that way. I wanted to say this, and this was pretty surprising to me. You may know I'm a Patriots fan. I think you do, actually. But
about Joe Milton last night. We were talking about that earlier about Joe Milton throwing that touchdown pass, and
where the fuck
everybody was talking about how I retweeted it. You can follow me at Rob Sounds Good on Twitter. Someone tweeted out, wouldn't it be funny if this guy was just poorly coached at Tennessee and he ends up being like this all-world quarterback?
It caught me by surprise. I was like, holy shit, I had to blink a couple times. It didn't look anything like Joe Milton. I mean, that motherfucker didn't play it down like that at Tennessee. Granted, maybe I just didn't watch enough Tennessee, but, I still think Drake May is going to beat him out. I mean, the people who are saying that, I don't think they really watched the game. Drake May only had like 2 passes, and then he checked out. So, I'm still excited.
They drafted him high to play him.
Exactly. Well, and this year, I don't want either of them to play this year. I personally want Jacoby Brissett. I think they both need to sit.
Well, I don't think they draft a quarterback that high for them to sit on the bench.
They do it more than you think, man. And every time they do, it works out. Look at Mahomes. I'm pretty sure Josh Allen sat. Didn't Jalen Hurts sit? I mean, you can go down the list. In my opinion, and history, the quarterbacks who have come and started immediately, they just kind of shit the bed, man.
Right.
I mean, but that's just me, and I know I'm the resident Patriots fan, so I'll get off the topic. Not too many.
Yeah, so I'll read the tweet again. Hot take: Joe Milton has all the intangibles to be an elite quarterback. He was just coached by a below-average staff at Tennessee.
Well,
God damn, that's funny.
do we think? Now, granted, it's been a short sample size, but just NFL wise, right now, who do you think is going to be better, Hooker or Joe Milton? Because Hooker hasn't even played a down yet, has he? He sat all last year.
I don't know. Look. I think that there's a chance that Hooker couldn't pick up the offense at Virginia Tech under Fuente, but went to a much simpler offense at Tennessee and was able to blossom there. Now, on the other front, I think that physically, Milton is a better quarterback. He's got a bigger arm, etc. I don't know how both of them will be as far as picking up the NFL playbook, but if Milton can pick up enough of an NFL playbook to just be passable, I think that he'll be the better quarterback.
Well, that hurt Milton is we probably have the worst offense in the fucking league right now, and it just got worse. We just released Juju Smith-Schuster. He was the only fucking wide receiver worth a shit outside of Kendrick Bourne, who we had. So I don't even know who the fuck we're going to be throwing the ball to this year, man. It's going to be another tough season.
Well, you know what? Neither does your coach. Your coach doesn't know who he's throwing the fucking ball to either. So there's that.
You know, I solemnly think we're gearing up for another top 3 pick this year. I'm pretty sure we're going to get rid of Judon too, which just fucking hurts my soul, man. Hopefully he doesn't go to a division rival. I mean, that's all you can pray for, but I don't think we're re-signing Judon. It really seems like we're going to fucking clean the slate, man. And there's going to be some dark days coming up for the Patriots.
Well, see, I want to welcome you to the Jackpot fan club because the majority of your teams suck. Poor old Jackpot has to watch the Gamecocks every week and then watch the fucking New York Jets. It's like he wants to walk outside and get kicked in the balls on Friday after work. Hey, I'm going to go home and watch me some football. Yeah. And then I got to watch the Gamecocks and the Jets. You're kind of in that boat now with the Gamecocks and the Patriots. The Jets might be better than the Patriots right now. Just saying. Just saying. There's some of that. All right. Anyway, so with that, yeah, I mean, I don't know how well the Patriots are going to be. I don't know. And I'm a guy, I love watching the NFL. I like watching the college guys move from the pros to the NFL. But on that front, I don't know how long it's going to take Drake May. He just seems like a cocky little shit to me. Maybe you need to have some of that to play in the pros. I don't know. But I like, yeah, all right. I'm more interested in what Jaden Daniels is going to do. You know? Big Money Ross says it could be worse. Titans, Reds, Kentucky Wildcats. He's mastered misery. No, but to be fair, at least the basketball team gives you something every now and then, right? You know, you do have that. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think that that may be the worst trilogy of teams there. Jackpot does have the Braves. All right, I'm going to bring back, put the link out and let Rob has an SEC bias come on here and finish, and then we'll go over there. Yeah, there you go, Jackpot. He's a wine and cheese pussy. Yeah, fair enough. All right, anyway. So there you go. With that, he couldn't beat Georgia Tech. He did beat some South Carolina ass, though. Jackpot wants to know why he doesn't pull for the Bengals. I don't know. That's a good question. All right, finish up, buddy. What you got?
Oh, that phone died, but you know I got to leave you with the message.
What do you put in your hair? Do you put like greased owl shit in your hair?
I just got out of the shower, man. It's wet.
Yeah,
it's wet right now. But you know I got to leave you with a message, Rob. I mean that's a given.
All right, while I answer this call. Okay.
All right. Now that I'm in control, let's just bring some reality to the stream, okay? First off, horns down. You got to start off with that. Texas, man, you're getting shit on this year. You know, all your fans are too pussy to come into the comments, man. You don't want any smoke from the Gamecock, man. And that's apparent, right? So horns down. South Carolina, maybe we'll win 6. Who knows what happens? All right.
I'm laughing at you. You think the Texas was like, hey, we're gonna go into the SEC and we're gonna talk shit to South Carolina.
Exactly. They don't want smoke from the Gamecock, man.
Oh my God.
It's apparent. All right. So horns down. Oklahoma. All right. I think Matthew's an Oklahoma fan. So apart from that, I got no respect for you. But more importantly than all of that, the Clemson man is going down this year. All right. You're going down. Beamer. It's at Clemson this year, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Game over. I don't even need to say anything else. Go Cox, man. Quarter zip. Spurs up to my toes up. Woo!
Don't get close to any heat source, sir. Your hair might burst into flames. Broccoli says South Carolina has never lost to Texas. Good point, sir. Good point. All right. Well, what else do we got today? If you want to talk about the stuff with the Olympics, I'll be happy to go over that with you. Let me put the link out there one more time. But it's been fun doing the rundown a little bit here each weekday. I'm trying to do a different have a different show every day, in addition to the podcast that Jackpot and I put out. Yeah. So if you could do a couple of things. One, like the channel if you haven't. Please do that. Like the videos, that would be good too. And if you could do things like play in the Pick'em Challenge, that would be awesome. The Callaways Pick'em Challenge, that could be fun too. Little things that help the program out there a little bit. All right, Brock says, I agree. I saw a clip of Kevin Harris scoring a touchdown, and the camera cut to Drake, and he looked like a massive douche. Yeah, he looks like a douche tip, not the full douche. Just the nasty tip. That's what he looks like. South Carolina has a winning record versus Oklahoma. They probably do. They probably do. I know on Monday's program, not to look too far ahead, but on Monday's program, by the time we go on the air Monday, we will have the AP Top 25. AP Top 25. We will have that. So, yeah, be sure to, we'll be able to react instantly to that because I think it comes out at noon on Monday. Brock wants to know when I'm doing previews. Well, here's the thing. Jackpot has done previews on, I think, just about everybody. So if there's certain previews that you want me to do, I can do them. I don't have a problem with it. But I don't want to, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I'll do one for Clemson and South Carolina, that's for sure. But I don't want to like overtread what Jackpot's already done. That's like two people digging in the same hole. But I might, if there's one that he hasn't done, I'll be happy to do it. Send me that stuff. We could do a little promo on each one of those. Vic Tube, welcome to the program. Wearing his Falcons t-shirt. You like pain too, don't you, sir?
Yeah, well, I like. I guess I like propane anyway. But I mean, my color team is doing pretty good. So
okay, good. What do you have for the show today?
Anyway, yeah, I think I could do pretty good in the track and field. I mean, if you give my chair some nitros.
Well, I tell you what, I know Jay builds like beautiful things. Like he sent me some pictures of some tables and stuff he built. So we'll just make Jay the engineer of the program and have him jack your chair up to a point where nobody's catching you. Yeah. So Vic is going to win the over 40 Olympics here. The old people games that we're putting together. Vic is going to win those because
I'm not over 40.
Well, to play in the games, you got to be over 40, sir. So you're going to claim 40 here.
Okay.
So we're going to make you a 40-year-old. That's thing number one. And thing number 2, Jay's going to jack your chair up and get it with nitrous and all that good stuff in it and have you line up and run the 100 in like 4.8 seconds. I mean, your face will just bleach backwards like that. You know, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So there you go. You could lead the track portion of it.
Yep. So yeah, we got the Falcons have their first preseason game tonight. So I guess we're gonna see Michael Penix.
Yeah.
I guess we probably won't see Cousins because I think that they're only gonna play.
By the way, I was joking earlier about the Jets signing Hunter Renfrow. It may be the Falcons that signed Hunter Renfrow because the Falcons had an injury on the wide receiver front, and may end up being the Falcons that make that move there.
Wow.
Rob has an SEC bias with the super chat. It says, "Jay, I put people like you in lockers in high school." Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go.
Yep. Yeah, that was Rondale Moore who got injured. He had to be carted off the field and taken to the hospital.
Why is it that we're having these guys that are just trying to? Everybody wants to scrap with Jay over in the damn chat room. Like, who else hates Jay? Schultz hates Jay. Like, I mean, why is there? Everybody wants to slap Jay around. Jay's like, "Come on, bitches." The way Jay is. Someone asked about Jackpot, saying, "Gonna be weird not playing South Carolina this year. Still gonna watch Jackpot's live streams, though." Thank you for that. To give you some perspective, right? I'm in studio for game day, and I've got like 8 monitors in my studio. My laptop monitor is on Jackpot, and I have it muted until not really muted. It's down low. I can barely hear it. And then I wait for the big plays and then look at how Jackpot reacts. That shit is funny. Jackpot's live streams is a trip. Is an absolute trip.
Yep.
All right, what else you got there, Vic? You looking forward to your Falcons tonight?
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you have an NFL team, Rob?
Oh, the Packers. The Packers.
Yeah. Yep. I think the Packers are going to be pretty good this year. Yeah.
Packers are going to be pretty good. They're going to be a very good young team, one of the youngest teams in the NFL, and you win with youth, sir. You win with youth. I like their quarterback, and we're going to see if they can what they can do. The defensive front, they had some issues there last year, but if they start pulling some strings there, I mean, they were good enough to get they beat the holy shit out of Dallas in the playoffs. People forget that. And almost beat the 49ers. They were playing toe-to-toe with them. So
yeah, but the Cowboys always lose in the playoffs.
That's true. But when you lose a home game, oof, makes you look bad. Shout out to Dennis Wilson, who was literally texting me talking shit about how his Cowboys were going to beat my Packers. Yeah. And I got a text at the half. Green Bay was up like 35-0 or some ridiculous. I don't remember what it was. Green Bay was up huge. And he goes, the text literally said, "I don't want to fucking call you. I don't want to hear from you." He was big time mad. All right. Well, anyway, what else you got there, Vic?
Nothing. I think that's about it. Yeah.
All right, Vic. I appreciate it, man. You have a good day. All right. Enjoy the weekend.
Okay.
All right. There you go. Vic joining the show. Appreciate that. Jay says he showed his girl the Carolina Jackpot Clemson Supercut video. She was dying. Yeah. That's so it's funny when like your wives see this stuff and they're like, my wife sees it and she literally is like, "Damn, he's gonna have a stroke." She worries about Jackpot. And she even tells me, like, she didn't give a shit about the comrade. Say whatever the hell you want to the comrade. But if I say anything about Jackpot and she hears about it, it's like, you really should be nicer to Kale. Kale's a nice guy. Why aren't you nicer to Kale? Why do you rip Kale's team all the time? He doesn't rip your team. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Watch some of the shit he says about Clemson. He's called us inbreeders and all kind of shit forever. He implies that we don't bathe. This guy runs his mouth all the time, and I say the least little thing about his Gamecocks, and it's like, no, no, no. You be nice to Jackpot. You be nice to Jackpot. He's a nice guy, and you should be nice to him. God damn it, woman. I don't even know what to say to her. Big Barney Ross talking to Kale says, if you die on the liver, you're definitely going out on your own terms. Rob has an SEC bias, says they need to stop hanging up on Kale at the Roar. That would be elite radio content. I am nice to Jackpot. I don't sling half the shit at Jackpot that I should. I mean, we throw shit at each other, but I don't motherfuck him daily. Come on now. Jackpot says, I say that because I'm concerned about your hygiene. You can't get a good job if you smell bad. Okay. Thanks for that, sir. All right. Well, you guys have been great today. It's been a good episode of the Rundown. I appreciate you guys coming in every day. And Jackpot said this the other day in one of his videos. It amazes me how you folks come out, and we just appreciate the fact that you come and watch the stuff we put out here. We try to be honest on this program. We try to be, well, and we're biased too. We try to be as honest as we can, though, with the stuff we put out. We try not to hit you with bullshit. That's fair too. But we just appreciate it. All right. Callaway Pickham's Challenge. Link is in the bio. Look for another sim from the NCAA game coming up. I'm going to do the week 0 games over the weekend, I believe. So all 4 week 0 games, even though no one cares about them except the Florida State game and the Georgia Tech game. That one people may care about a little bit. We'll have all those simulations up for you. That way we can have those sims to add into the Pick'em Challenge. So we'll get all of those out. Rob has an SEC bias, wants to know when I'm playing him on College Football 25. I don't know. Reach out to me and we'll set it up where we can play. Are you on Xbox or Twitter or PlayStation 5? We can do that. We can set up to play. I don't care. I'm not very good. Who was I was playing Ethan Hewlett the other night, and he beat me like 24-7 or no, 24-10, something like that. Jackpot says you can't play with the Delaware State Hornets. That's fine. That's fine. So we have to see how that works out. Anyway, get with me. We'll figure that out on the PS5 front. We can definitely do that. We could stream a game. I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. We could set it up where I can stream it through here and we can actually have commentary where everybody can see it. Jack says, give me your hold on, like I don't know. Hold on, let me see. I think I can bring that up here. Hold on a second. I think hold on, I got it here. I need like some coaching on that because like I haven't played any of these games in forever. So, I mean, I'm decent. I can do certain things, but then again, sometimes I can't. Hold on, let's see what I got here. PlayStation. I think let's see if this is going to show up here. Anyway, I think my screen name is Jaden Bug, which is my son's name. Yeah, Jaden Bug, I believe is his name. Yeah. So get back in your locker, chump. Now they're talking about, oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, there you go with that. I'll put that in the comments later on so you guys can see it, all right? All right, I appreciate you guys. If you need something else, let me know. I'm on Twitter at RobSoundsGood. Make sure you like the channel, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later on.